Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jonghyun from South Korea, and also I work for the Passwordless Alliance. Before I'm going further, let me quickly introduce me and my organization. So I'm a cybersecurity expert rather than identity expert. So I already wrote for international standard in the ITU, and also they work in this field over 25 years. And uh, and while I writing the cybersecurity standard, some of our editors we formed the Passwordless Alliance in the Swiss Geneva and South Korea together. So that's how our organization starts. So in the middle of my session, you will see there's some video clips. So the reason we start this alliance is while we are providing the standard, we also wanted to provide a free passwordless software to the B2C or G2C customer line services. So we wanted to simply protect the customer. So that's the reason we start to passwordless alliance. Okay, with this understanding, I wanted to I hope to emphasize on the why the digital identity need a passwordless. So the in my slide will be goes like this. After finding out the limitation of the digital identity as we use today, and then I will explain what is the new technology used in the cybersecurity world, simply passwordless X1280, and then I'm gonna come back to how we're gonna link those two in a one shell. Okay, so let's start with the rosy picture. So we are expecting the digital identity will be the a good tool for everyday usage. So that's the what we are expecting for digital identity. It is very versatile, so it can be used for sign up or sign in or KYC or the closing account. Uh, it is started from the physical ID, like the passport or ICE chip based drive license or the QR code having content signed by PKI. So after importing that data into our smartphone, and we are presenting our digital identity through QR code or scanning the QR code. That's how we use the digital identity online. So, but there are limitations. The limitations is it designed under the prerequisite. Prerequisite is the user have to connected with the authentic service provider. So if our simply digital identity used it for verify the user only, it's not designed for the service provider. But while we didn't know where we are connected with, if we're giving our identity, we can be fall into the victim. So the only way to verify the service provider with our eyes, that is by clicking the padlock on the browser. But the problem is no one checking the padlock on the browser. So maybe we can access to the similar domain. So after that, if we giving if we scan the QR code, maybe our credit identity can be misused by the attackers. So problem is not only for that, even though we are connected with the right service provider, if the attacker put their QR code on top of our QR code in case our wallet can be misused by the attacker as well. That's the problem. So to solve this problem, I hope to propose the new way of authentication. That technology is used well in the cybersecurity domain. So by referencing this technology, I hope you to find a way to enhance our digital identity. Okay, let's look out to what's the passwordless X1280. So so far, as a user, we have to show our identity, or we have to input our credential to the system. So that's how we use it online. So it can be a password or the OTP or credit or certificate or the biometrics or scan the QR code. It can be anything. Anyhow, we have to input something to the system to show our authenticity to the system. But if someone is in the middle, if someone is in the middle, they can steal our credential, or they can let it us to misuse our certificate for their purpose. So to prevent that, the ITU and some of our experts standardized the countermeasure as XDA1280. XDA1280, if I summarize in one sentence, is simply is this. It is shifting the proof of responsibility from the user to the online system. That's the brief introduction for the XDA1280. If any online system installed with the XDA1280, it works like this. I'm gonna play the 5 video clips. So if you watch that, you will see how it can work. At the online system, if the user type the ID only, it make the online system present the 60-digit code to the user, and then at that time, mobile app generate the code by itself. And two codes are matched. That means it's user connected to the right service provider as a sign of approval. So if the user giving the biometrics, user can get into the system. That's how the XDA1280 works. So whenever I show it to the audience, I already got the question. That's exactly same like the OTP. But OTP, what you have used so far, that is you have to you have to input the 6-digit code to the online system. But one user, let me play the video clip again. It make the online system present their 6-digit code to the user, and the user approve that code with their smartphone. So by doing so, users do not need to memorize and change the password at all, and then user can verify where they are connected with. And then it can work not only for web, it can also on the mobile app and Windows, Linux, and Mac, and any cloud service where the user password are required. So in the one bank in Korea, the #1 commercial bank, the 20,000 employee when they went to the office without needing to change or memorize password by using the automatic password, they get rid of the user password. And also in the Mac OS, it also work. If someone steal the smartphone of the user, they cannot use it because it verifies the user biometrics when the user confirm their code. And then even in the Linux, in this, as a system admin, we have to input the credential to show our as a legitimacy. But as you can see that in the CLI command line, it makes the system present their code to the user, and then by approve that code with their smartphone, user can get into the system. It will also work in the cloud, like the Google Gmail. While we are in the Gmail, we make the Gmail present their code to the user, and then user can approve that code on their smartphone. So it also works in the Microsoft Teams or whatever, or any cloud service. So beauty of this technology is the user does not need to memorize and change the password at all while the user verify the service provider. So that's how we are using the passwordless over all online services. So it's very easy to deploy by adding the one authentication server behind of your typical application. You can convert your typical user password to the passwordless. So it has 5 benefits. Number one is it's not phishable or farmable. The reason is the cyber attacker is relying on user input, but as you can see that it's output. So when the user verify the code when they giving the biometrics at the moment, mobile app generated code mobile app generated user authentication code inside and send it back to the system. So because of that, even though someone are in the middle, there is no chance to steal that. So it is only the mutual authentication technology. probably someone in here using the push notification based authentication or OTP code like that. It seems like you are connected with the authentic service provider. But if you are without knowing where they are connected to it, if you connected to the fake websites from the beginning, and then if you got the notification, maybe your approval can be used for the hacker's connection. So this is the only technology to verify the server and user together without knowing where we are connected with. By adding the 2 or 3 more, 4 more user authentication, it's not increase the security. But only the extra 12 really, it authenticates the both sides at once. It increases the cyber security. So compared to the FIDO or passkey, the typical the authentication, typical biometric authentication, it's a very cost. It's very it saves a lot of cost because the typical biometrics relying on the biometric sensor on each user devices. However, as you can see that it only requires the one biometric sensor on your smartphone. So your existing your devices having a screen in case by presenting the code on the screen, and then it asks you whether compared to code one on the smartphone. By giving the biometric, by giving your biometrics on your smartphone, you can approve that transaction. So because of that, it does not need to ask you to adding the biometric sensor on each of your devices. So by using this technology, we can get rid of the PIN code at the ATM. In the ATM, instead of input the PIN code, we convert the ATM, present the 60-digit code, and then with our biometrics on our smartphone, we can authorize the transaction. So it works on the cloud, so like the virtual desktop infrastructure, VDI. On the cloud, if the cloud are running on the remotely, in case we cannot use the biometrics. But as you can see that we may convert the cloudy devices, present their code to the user, and then user can verify the code. So there are so many user cases using that, and not only for that, there is support for AI. So we are using the chatbot for our work, but whenever we get into the AI system, we can assure that that AI is authentic. Not only for that, we are living under the AI agent era. So the AI agents simply that work for us on behalf of us. They work for us. But to do that, we have to hand over our credential to the AI agent because on behalf of us, if they have to work, they need our key. But presenting the user credential to the system, that method is very vulnerable in the AI era. So if after we hand over our credential to the system, may we have to worry some whether they reveal our credential to the other people, or in the future if they betray us, maybe we are losing our control. But instead of relying on user one-side authentication, applying the extra 12 value at the end of online resource, we ask the AI agent bring the code to the user, and the user can verify the code. This is one of the video clips applying on the X.12 value on the ChatGPT, the operator, AI agent. In the prompt, I ask them to log in with the passwordless, and then the agent show the code, and then with my confirm on my smartphone, as you can see that AI agent do the process, the remaining jobs. Yeah, that's the how X.1280 works. So one more thing is that if the internally X.1280, it has AI feature. So if the connection was the same it was the same. It was used before in case it just present one code on the smartphone. But if the user context was changed in case it present multicolor, and then ask user surely choose what the exact color with the code. So by doing so, it protect the user the negligence like that. So in summarize, the XR1280, it was starting from shifting the burden of proof from the user to the line system. But by doing so, we can make the user log into the any other application with the safe and convenience and cost effectiveness. That's the benefit of ITU to XR1280. So with this this technology is already used in the #1 and second largest bank in Korea, and not only for that, the government agencies and non-profit organizations are used to use it for protecting the customer and employees. And okay, let's get back to the digital identity. So digital identity, that was designed for showing the user identity only to the service provider. But what I wanted to propose you guys is that by connecting those two technologies, so we can enhance our vulnerable user digital identity more secure with convenience. The first one is as you can see that just using the one side user QR code based user authentication on your wallet, by adding the XR1280, we can enhance the user user authenticity and user identity, because after verify the service provider should be first, then the user authentication. So by adding that function on top of your wallet, we can enhance the security and convenience and trustworthy. And then and then beside that, by using the existing identity to the mobile to the passwordless app, we can enhance the passwordless as well. So as I mentioned that we are based in the Swiss Geneva, and we work with the French company at the ID3. So we made some collaboration like this. After user verify with their ID card having a VDS code, after verify the user biometrics, only the verified user activate their mobile app. That is the ID card. And then when the user approve the transaction, they're presented by the service provider, and then also at that time it verify the user's biometrics inside of the QR code. That's how we enhance the passwordless with a typical digital identity. So let me play one more video clip. What we are collaboration together with. This is a real enrollment process. When the user scan the QR code with their face, only the guy who have the same by template can activate this passwordless app. If the user are verified, the user enrollment is done. After that, if the user needs to go to the Gmail, in case just typing the ID only, the user can get into the Gmail account. That's what you are singing. So when the user confirm the code, at the time it verified, it used the biometrics on the QR code as well. So that's how the XR1280 works with the digital identity. So for protecting the online account together with. So my last suggestion is the digital identity also need to adding the method to verify the service provider. It's a one-way authentication. It cannot be safe. So by adding the mutual authentication, like the cyber in the protecting the account, or what we did as a cybersecurity expert, like the same manner should be needed in the in the digital identity. Yeah, that's my conclusion. Okay, so I hope we are the nonprofit organization. We are widely open to communicate with those kind of manner, and then also I wanted to emphasize the last sentence. So if you visit our online website, you can download the passwordless server and mobile app free of charge. So I hope to get rid of the user password all over the online system. Okay. Okay, thank you for listening.